Hi viewers, I heartily welcome you to this literature in English lesson of today. Today we shall be looking at an African drama by the title Harvest of Corruption by Frank Ogbodo. Our focus will be on three things. We shall be looking at the background to the play, the plot summary, and the setting of the play. But before we proceed, let us, as usual, once again look at our Bible reference. Our Bible reference for this lesson is in Acts of the Apostles, chapter 24, verse 26. He hoped also that money should have been given him of Paul, that he might lose him. Wherefore he sent for him the oftener and communed with him. This is talking about Felix. Felix was a judge to whom Apostle Paul had been sent to listen to his case and determine whether he's guilty or not. But he's a corrupt man. He expects Apostle Paul to offer him money for him to do justice. But of course, Apostle Paul will not do that. This case finds relevance in what we are looking at today. And it corroborates the message that Frank Ogbodo is trying to pass across to us in Harvest of Corruption. Quickly, what are our behavioral objectives? Well, there are 4 of them. At the end of the lesson, it is expected that everyone should be able to explain the background to this play. Not only that, everyone should be able to give account of the plot summary of the play, explain sequentially different events in logical order as they occur in the play. Then everyone is expected to be able to identify and explain the setting of the play. And lastly, everyone, as usual, is expected to be able to answer questions on these 3 areas of the play. I mean the background, the plot, and the setting of the play. Now, quickly, let's start with the background to the play. But before I explain, let's quickly see this short video on corruption.
Let's break the chain of corruption.
We have to break the chain of corruption. Now, the background to this what we have just seen in this short video lends credence to the background that must have formed why Frank Ogbodo wrote this play. Corruption is one weakness in human nature. The heart of man is naturally engrossed with corruption tendencies. Any opportunity given to any man, they want to take advantage of the situation to amass wealth and to be better than their colleagues. Rather than use public wealth for the good of everybody, they will want to amass everything to themselves. And some people will even go to any means, whether legal or illegal, to enrich themselves. Now, the corruption monster manifests more when many people are in position of authority, where you see a pastor over people, because in a position of authority, he takes advantage of the congregation and amass wealth to himself. Religious leaders, public officers, government officials, the police, the army, the school system, almost every section of the society is corrupt. Not only that, we have, whenever people are privileged to be close to a corrupt person, they want to align themselves closely with them without, so that they also can enrich themselves through the corrupt person. And these are the things that must have informed Frank Obodo's Harvest of Corruption. Now, in the play Harvest of Corruption, we see Chief Alado Adiamaka as the godfather of corruption in Jakarta. This play brings to limelight happenings in developing countries, particularly after African countries where corruption, whether official, religious, social, is at its peak. The play also reveals how it is difficult for political and social institutions to fight corruption to a standstill in most African countries. However, as expected, of course, karma is no respecter of person. What goes around always comes around. As the title of the play implies, all the corrupt public officials in the play have an equal harvest of the corruption they have sown. Be it Chief Alado Adiamaka, Ochole, Aloho, Madam Oha, Chief Odeli, Ayo, the clerical officer, all of them have their own share of corruption, or share of harvest of corruption in this play. Now, let's now quickly move to the plot summary. Now, in the plot account of this play, Chief Alado Adiamaka is the Minister of External Relations. He is the head of a corrupt syndicate, and he is able to get one of his victims, a young, promising, fresh graduate who is desperately looking for a job on getting to Jabu. She has graduated and she needs a job badly. Now, Jabu is the capital of Jakarta, and should we say luckily for her, it's rather unfortunate for her that she placed into the hands of Chief Alado Adiamaka through the help of Ochole, a former schoolmate in the university. Ochole is able to convince her that Chief Alado Adiamaka will give her a job. She jumps at the miracle job, miracle in quote, but before she gets the job, her friend with whom she's courting, Ogi Yoga, advises her that she should wait for God's time, that the job does not look like a good job, but she despises her advice and accepts the offer of the job of a protocol officer with Chief Alado Adiamaka. As soon as she gets the job, she is to go overseas. However, unknown to her, Chief has packaged drugs that cocaine, contraband that she will move to the US for him. At the airport, the custom officers arrested her, and she is to face the full wrath of the law. But Chief, as a very experienced corrupt man, pulls all the strings with his corrupt friends in the police and in the judiciary, and Alo is not found guilty and released. Meanwhile, Alo is pregnant with child for Chief Alado Adiamaka. Of course, in an attempt to abort the pregnancy, she dies. She loses her life. Okay, now, worried that Chief Alado Adiamaka can go scot-free with that kind of corrupt charges against him, ACP Yakubu is determined to unravel the corrupt practices of Chief Alado Adiamaka and to bring him to book. So he begins an investigation and is able to get facts through Ayo, a clerical officer in the Ministry of External Relations, who gives him abundant and sufficient evidence against Chief. And with that, Chief Aladu Adiamaka is prosecuted after being found guilty to all the charges leveled against him. Chief Aladu Adiamaka is sentenced to 25 years imprisonment alongside his accomplice Uchole, Madam Oha, whose hotel uses Justice Odili. Even the greedy Ayo, the clerical officer, is not left out. They are all brought to book and face the full wrath of the law as determined. Now, Chief Aladu Adiamaka, who is supposed to launder as the image of his country as the Minister of External Relations, is the actual man damaging the image of his country. What an irony. Okay, now so with that, upon in fact, Ogiyi even comes to the court and bears witness and provides evidence, which evidence that help in nailing Chief Aladu Adiamaka, who is to spend the next 25 years of his life behind bars. That is the plot summary of the play. Now let us quickly look at the setting before we wrap it up. Yeah, the place is set. This play is set in a fictional country known as Jakarta. Well, I don't know, there's no country by that name, so the playwright creates this fictitious or fictional setting for the play, and Jabu is the capital of Jakarta. Just like every African country, corruption amidst every section of Jakarta society. The civil service, the police, the judiciary, the etc. Because even there they even carry out abortion. The doctor, among almost every sector of the economy of the society is corrupt. So the setting is a socially sick, politically deficient setting. Now, the corrupt government officials in Jakarta have formed themselves into a very powerful syndicate of highly powerful people, such that any member of the syndicate can easily go scot-free when justice calls. And that's what happens when Alo is arrested at the airport. Chief Aladu Adiamaka is able to pull the strings which makes it possible for her not to go to jail for carrying drugs. Okay, now, however, although almost everybody in Jakarta is corrupt, including Ochole, the notorious Ochole, who feels that she is only working for government to get money, and that at the end of 30 days she's expecting a lot of money. Now, however, despite the fact that it appears almost everybody is corrupt, but there's a handful, just very insignificant section of society that is not corrupt. There we have Ogiyi, ACP Yakubu, Inspector Inaku, and the judge that sentences Chief Aladu Adiamaka to 25 years imprisonment. These ones distinguish themselves as honorable people who are willing and ready to fight corruption to a standstill. Though they are few, but their impact is felt in the play in bringing corrupt people to the book. In the end, the appropriate punishment for each culprit is suggested in good measure. So, in the long run, justice is what is needed to change our society. It only takes few people who are sincere, honest, and faithful to bring justice to our society, to deliver our society from the grip of corruption, which has robbed our society society of the desired progress, peace, and all round growth. Now, that is the setting, and that is the what we are looking at today. Now, before we wrap it up, let me quickly um, give us two questions to react to. Give account of the plot of Frank Ogbodo's Harvest of Corruption. Give account of the plot of Frank Ogbodo's Harvest of Corruption. And the second one, discuss Jakasa as a corruption infested land. Discuss Jakasa as a corruption infested land. This seat of corruption itself. I think now I will expect you to take time to study and prepare an answer to each of these questions and send them to me. Just in case you need more clarifications, you want more explanations, go to the comment section, make your comments, and I will surely respond to your questions and clear your doubts. I remain your host, Adiyemo Oludare Sunday, Nutrition in English tutor at Gates College, Isharemo, Ogun State. God bless you as I look forward to another session with you. God bless you. Bye.